Good afternoon, anatomy students. Today we're going to talk about the brainstem. The first thing that we're going to talk about is where the brainstem develops from embryologically. The brainstem starts out as three structures: the forebrain, the midbrain, the hindbrain. As the embryo begins to grow and develop and becomes the fetus, the forebrain divides to become the telencephalon and the diencephalon. The midbrain becomes the mesencephalon, and the hindbrain divides to become the met and the myelencephalon. Now, as the fetus continues to grow, we're going to start to see features of the adult brain. So the telencephalon is going to become the cerebrum, and the telencephalon is also going to give rise to the lateral ventricles. The diencephalon is going to become the thalamus and the hypothalamus, and also contribute to the formation of the third ventricles. Now, the mesencephalon ultimately also becomes the midbrain and gives rise to the cerebral aqueduct. The metencephalon becomes the pons and the cerebellum, and the myelencephalon becomes the medulla, and both the met and myelencephalon give rise to the fourth ventricle. So in the adult brain, the brainstem contains the midbrain, the pons, the medulla, and a structure known as the reticular formation. So this is the bottom of the cerebrum. The midbrain is located most superior, the pons is here, and the medulla is the most inferior, and here is the reticular formation, which is a posterior structure. The midbrain is responsible for vision and hearing reflexes via the superior colliculus and the inferior colliculus. The midbrain also has some function with helping to regulate motor control in the body. Cranial nerves number 3 and 4 are situated in the midbrain. Now the pons here contains the major centers for respiration, and the pons helps to regulate rate control for breathing and also the depth of respiration. The pons contains cranial nerves 5, 6, 7, and cranial nerve number 8 is at the junction of the pons and the medulla, which is located just about here. The medulla shares functions with the pons in that the medulla is also responsible for respiration, but the medulla has many other functions such as heart rate, changes to our vasculature, referring to our blood vessels. The medulla also helps with sensory and motor functions. The medulla assists with our coughing and sneezing reflex, and our vomit center, known as the area postrema, is also located in the medulla. And the medulla is the region of the brain where some of our motor nerve fibers cross, and this location is known as the decussation of the pyramids. The medulla then contains cranial nerves 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. The reticular formation is responsible for awareness, arousal, consciousness. It's also responsible for some muscle activity and some of our visceral and somatic sensory pathways. But largely, the reticular formation, when we discuss it, we refer to it as being responsible for consciousness. That's it for the brainstem. I hope that this short video was helpful.